Hey guys, I'm sorry I haven't made a video for a while. I actually just woke up, so I'm a little bit all over the place. I I have these I sleep really intense, and then when I wake up, I'm just like for like an hour. So I ordered one of these for fun. I thought what I'd start doing is just ordering, like super affordable knives that I think look good, and then just do some videos on them. Now, the main reason I got this one is because some of you already know I've done those kind of handle designs before, right? So this K-bar style lathed handle, and I was on Cold Steel's website the other day, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. I wonder what this blade feels like in the hand. And just so I got this one as how do you say, for me to just compare things to. And I thought, well, since I just arrived today, I might as well do an out the box experience. Now, right off the bat, this is pretty heavy actually. This feels dense, the weight of the package. When I'm thinking about EDCs and neck knives, this is about an ounce. This is around 28 and a half, 30 grams. This whole package, including the sheath. So, but when I picked this up out of the box, I was actually kind of surprised. It felt, I don't know how, all the specs are online. I don't need to, so, wow, this actually looks super awesome. You can see the injection molding knob here. So this feels really, really high quality. It's much smaller in person than it looks like on camera. Grip is fine. I don't see anything wrong with this. Now this is right up my alley. This is like exactly the kind of knife I like. I'm really into small knives lately. Let's see if we can. Well, not lately, but for a long time I've been really into small knives. Now, one thing I noticed with other videos on this particular product is that everybody's cameras were not focusing on the blade, so you couldn't see anything. But okay, for 30 euros, I mean, that was, I think, including shipping. I would say this is really, really, really good value for money, just by the quality and the fit and finish. And it feels okay. Yeah, it's basically a 3-finger knife, but you can actually choke up and have 4 fingers. So if you want to carve, make a fire, I think the nice thing about this, I've always appreciated guards a lot. I like guards on knives because it just feels right. Like if you're holding it like this, you can hold it like this, and you got something to choke up on, right? So if you're talking about a defensive scenario, you can lock your hand into that guard, like this. So I think that's really, really something I really like. And I also love clip points. So this is like a mini bowie. It's called the mini Leatherneck. And I think for $30, it's kind of silly. You can't really complain about anything. That's pretty dull, to be honest. It's super sharp for a production knife, but it's compared to a scalpel. This is you can feel how sharp this is. It's very, very, very sharp. Let's see. I mean, this is definitely, the thing is, it's a very clean edge. It's a very, yeah. That's weird. Here we go. It's super sharp for a production knife. I have the Cold Steel, this one here. Now, we were chopping with this during the summer. I mean, this is it's these factory kind of edges. I mean, I can run my finger on this. They're about the same sharpness out the box. One test I like to do is, can I shave with it? There's these stubborn hairs on the neck. Let's try the arm hairs. Oh yeah, it pops every hair. So it's a standard kind of machine edge. I think it's more than enough for 30 euros anyway. I would like to see a model like this where the actual clip point here is sharp, because if you look, it's actually quite thick there. So I think it's mostly like an aesthetic thing that they've done there. And then of course, if you're gonna stab, but this is a nasty little stabber for sure. You got that whole overall. I mean, there's nothing to complain about this at all. I think, like, and the sheath clicks on very well. So if you want this as a neck knife, they're similar length, albeit this might be a little heavy for a neck knife, but I'm sure a lot of people use these as neck knives. So unfortunately, there's all this sunlight. Every time I need to make a video, there's always something like fucked. I'm gonna put the camera here so we can see better. For 30 euros, $30, I mean, you're getting a lot of knife there for the buck. You're getting a lot of money. It's very nicely finished. It's sharp, not like handmade knife sharp or Japanese Yanagiba sharp, or like if you have very, very thick skin on your hands, you might not feel how sharp that is. That's basically how sharp it is. It's sharp enough to cut hairs. But the main thing I wanted to take from this video is, you see how funny interesting that handle is, right? So I thought what I would do, now this is like a full-size blade, and this is right next to it. So I was thinking I'd try and actually replicate something like this and use like the lathe to make a handle similar to this and make my own version of this. Wouldn't that be cool? For 30 euros, yeah, for the price that they're charging, I mean, this is excellent quality. I would say this is like you're getting like $100 knife for $30. You know, this is definitely worth the money. Like, even if you don't use it, 30 bucks. I mean, you can buy like 10 of these for the price of a knife, and then give it to all your friends for their birthday presents and Christmas presents and stuff like that. So I wish they would come out with a model though where this is sharp, because I'm a clip point kind of guy, and I like to use those clip points. But isn't that great? You can put your fingers in the inside grooves, so those are hollowed out. It's very grippy. I don't know what it's like to wear with gloves. I don't think I'd be able to get my whole hand. I have very large hands. It's like 9.5 plus the forging skin. And if I choke up, I can get my whole hand on that grip. But then if I don't choke up, I hold it kind of loose, and it's a 3-finger knife. So I think as a skinning knife, this is super. It's also stainless, which is nice. I don't really have really much more to say other than like, there's nothing negative I can say about this, because I paid 30 bucks including shipping, and it's completely straight. It's the type of sharpness you would expect. The same sharpness as the Cold Steel Espada XL, or whatever this was called. The grip works both. I have very large hands. This is fine for me. I don't see anything wrong with this grip. I saw a couple other videos the other day where people were talking about this knife, and they didn't like the grip. The next knife I'm going to buy like this, that's within this price range. So I want to start like a series on YouTube where I'm like, I have like, I rate like $50 knives, cheap knives. Well, not cheap, because $50 can be a lot of money for some people, but I want to rate like stuff that you can just buy. Okay, basically something like, if you can buy 10 of these for the price of one knife kind of thing, like if it's $40 each, and you know I can buy 10 of them for 400, you know, for the price of one really high-end knife, you can get, you know, you can't really go wrong with this. But I have to say that it is, at least in my taste, it is actually kind of heavy. It is kind of a heavy knife. That handle is very dense. It's light and it's very small knife, but it does actually feel like it's got a bit of mess. And the nice thing is when you're holding it, you see the weight is in the handle, so you are not gonna have a problem with the blade kind of wanting to fall out of your hand. You know, it's not like a, you know, it's, in that sense, it's kind of safe. So yeah, if you're looking to buy some presents for people, if you're looking for a new knife that looks cool, or you just want to add to your collection, or a little boot knife, or a little truck glove box knife, or a knife you can leave in your fishing box, or in your canoe, or in your tractor, you know, if you don't want to spend, if you have $300 to spend, but you don't want one knife, you want 10 knives, you can buy 10 of these and just leave it in every single box you have, in every single drawer you got, and ready to go. I think this is really nasty little, like, look at this. If you stab with this is gonna go deep. This is gonna go all the way. So I'm very pleased with this. I think I would have paid more. I think I could have easily paid like 40-50 euros for this. And the reason it's cheap is because you got a plastic injection molded handle, and you got a small blade, and a basic stainless steel. You know, it says here made in China. So, but the next video I make, yeah, so if you're interested in this knife, like, I don't see any reason why you can't buy it, or why you shouldn't. There's a few other Leathernecks in this configuration. I mean, it's sort of this area. There's like also the Kyoto one and the Kyoto 2. There's this Leatherneck like this. There's a Leatherneck Tanto, I think, and the Leatherneck Dagger. So I'll get those. I'll order them. I'll do videos on all these kind of $30, $40, $50 knives and line it all up. But as far as it concerns me, I don't see any reasons why I would say anything negative about this. It's worth the money. In fact, I feel like it's worth more than what you're paying for. I haven't made a fire with it yet. I mean, that's the ultimate test of a knife like this. Like, yeah, this will skin an animal. There's no doubt about it. Like, this is, come on. I mean, like, if you can skin a deer with a spoon. So, see how nice, like, it's all finished and very professionally made, very nicely made. Honestly, it's a nice size too. But the camera makes it look a lot bigger than it actually is. This is much smaller in my hand. This is very small. Very, very, very small blade. If you have one of my scalpels, it's the same height. It's almost the same length. So, but the thing is, this is not really a neck knife because it sticks out so much. It's not really a pocket knife. It's more like a belt knife, or like a bag knife, or a vest knife. So this is much more friendly around the neck. Although this is, yeah, this is like a whole different product. So next thing I'll do is I'll make a fire with this. I'll make a video where I make a fire. I think you can baton this. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. Again, when you baton wood, you want to do it like smartly. Avoid the knots. If it's a small blade like this, start from the outside in. But the main reason I got this is because I was kind of thinking I'd do my own version. You know, look how similar they are. They're basically the same exact knife. It's basically the same exact knife. Just this one is like way bigger. So I thought I'd do a mini version of that. Because I like this handle shape. I think it's nice. But some people online didn't like this handle shape. They preferred the Kyoto 2. Now, just off face value, the Kyoto 2 does look like a nicer knife than this. So I think that's the next one I'm going to get, and I'll compare the two. I'll collect a few of these. I think what I'll do is I'll collect a few of these. I'll order a few of these. Get like 4 or 5 or 6, whichever ones they are, and then do the fire making video all in one go with all of the knives. So then we can see them all compared to one another, because, yeah, why not? The thing is, like, they're so cheap. They're $30, $40 each, and it's very, very high quality stuff. So, I mean, can I recommend it? I mean, if you're looking for a gift for somebody, if you're looking for, you know, if you have a kid and you're looking for like a first knife for them or something, or like, if you just like buying knives, if you're, you know, just anything, like if you want to spend money on something, like, why not? I don't see any reason why. This is like, there's nothing negative to say about this. And for $30 with the shipping, I think the shipping was only a few extra years. It's like, anyway, the whole price is under $40. I don't see why I would have anything to complain about. It's a very, very well-designed product. That's all I can say. I mean, a lot of cold steel knives are like that. A lot of their stuff is like super well made, really high value for money knives. So they've done a really good job with this design, I think, so far. But can you skin a deer with this? Yeah, I mean, dude, totally. Out of the box? I think so. Can you make a fire with this? Yeah, duh. I mean, you can tell kind of straight off the bat that you can, but we're gonna test it anyway. It shaves out of the box. I guess the least you could expect from a cold steel knives. If you can't, if one of your knives straight out of the box from cold steel doesn't shave, at least your arm hair, then you send it back and say there's something wrong with it. This doesn't make sense, you know. But I can see this like as a, I don't know, if you're, you know, very easy to dispose knife. Like if you want to carry something on you, if you go to another country and you want to like protect yourself, you can easily just get one of these, order it, get it there, $30, and then before you leave, you can just leave it somewhere, you know, send it home or something. Because you're not going to lose anything. If you lose something like this, you can just get a new one. Like these are so damn cheap. This is like the Mora of Bowie knives. You know, Mora's in Finland. If you go to the hardware store, Mora, like those kind of those basic construction Mora knives, they're $10, $15, $20, $30, $40 each. So, and this is significantly better quality than anything than any of those things that you can find at the hardware store here. I mean, they're very badly made, most of them. You know, these construction pocket knives, these knives you buy for if you're working on construction site, these kind of Mora plastic handle, carbon or stainless blades. This is like 10 times higher quality than anything like that you could find at the store. I mean, it's even got a chamfered spine, you know. So I know it's a long video. I kind of got carried away, but It's the first video I made in a little while, so I just wanted to show you guys and my take on it. I think what I'm gonna have to do is do like one of these nut and fancy checkbox lists, like what are we looking for in a knife? Because like I don't want to tell you, oh, you have to buy it, but I also don't want to tell you you don't need to buy it, because for 30 bucks, you know, why not? Like if you're bored and you want to just do something and you got a little bit of money to spend, like I don't know, like buy it. I don't see anything wrong with this design so far. I wouldn't actually buy it just yet until I wouldn't recommend to buy it just yet until I've made a fire with it. Because if it's worthless or totally hopeless at making a fire, then what's the point of a knife like this? Like, isn't the whole point of a blade like this that you can make a little fire, skin an animal, you know? This I think would look really sick on a combat vest. I might actually tie it to my combat vest, because it's almost like a punch dagger. It's pretty close, and I think you could use it as a punch dagger. I mean, look at this. You hold it like that. You could easily hold it like that. If you've got large enough hands, you can actually hold it like a punch dagger. You got this flat circular base. Although I don't know, I need to punch something before I know. Actually, if you hold it like this is much nicer. So that's actually really quite, this is basically a punch dagger at this point. You can really use it like one very easily. So it's definitely more than competent fighting knife, that's for sure. Skinning knife, definitely. Fire making knife, we'll see about that. Can I recommend it? Yeah, there's nothing, I don't see why you would have any issues. Like, I don't see, maybe the handle is not something you like, but for me, it's right up my alley. I like this handle. I think and I have very large hands, and I think it feels great in the hand. You can basically see it coming out the back. So in terms of a handle size, I think it's perfect. But you might not agree with me with that. Build quality is excellent. Sharpness is more than you would ask for it. Weight, I would say it's spot on. I think any heavier and it would be too much. So it's not super lightweight in the sense that like it's a small, like in what I was expecting personally. I thought it was going to be lighter. It does have a little bit of weight to it. If it was any heavier, I wouldn't like it. But it's the perfect weight, I think, for this knife. It's the maximum weight this knife should be. I think that's the best way to put it. It's if it was any heavier, it wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be super appealing. And any lighter, it might feel a little lower quality. So I think personally this is like the perfect, well, not the perfect weight. It could be lighter, but any heavier and I wouldn't like it. So it's quite a long video, guys, but I want to just kind of, one thing I noticed is the other videos I saw online about this knife, they were very short and you didn't get to see the knife for very long. And so I just want to like hold it in front of the camera like this for a long period of time, just so you can see all the details and stuff. You know, and just me repeating the same thing over and over again. It's just this is just an out the box, and the sheath is super basic. I mean, yeah. So like that.